Have you seen this image on the Japanese internet? Well, let me explain what it is, where it came from, and why it's a thing. So the picture we're looking at right now is broadly associated with the phrase dekiru to dekinai no aida, or in between can and can't. This statement was made by the person in the image, whose name is Yoshikawa Toru, who is a Japanese child psychologist that seems to have a pretty impressive and influential career, focusing on child psychology and developmental disorders, and was on an NHK program in 2018 with a number of other people who have specialties or experience in this area, such as Kojima Keiko, a columnist and Japanese talento who regularly talks about their experience being diagnosed with ADHD as an adult, and the manga artist Okita Bakka, which is a pen name meant to sound like I just woke up, who has also talked in length about their experience having ADHD and Asperger's. So in this kind of roundtable, Yoshikawa made the very interesting and I think very well phrased claim that for a lot of people that have various developmental disorders, etc., it's not a question of can or can't, dekiru, dekinai, but there's also something in between that, which is dekiru kedo tsukareru. That is, I can do it, but it's going to make me tired. It's going to exhaust me. You can see him say it now.
やっぱり発達障害のある方に関して何かができるかできないかっていうことだけで見るとやっぱり見誤るんですよね。やっぱりできるとできないの間にできるけど疲れることが割とたくさんあるんだっていうことは知っといていただきたいところかなと。
So again, this statement was made in November of 2018, and pretty much right off the bat, people started talking about how much they vibed with it. I don't know the exact air date of this program, but the post you're looking at came in November 24th, so maybe that is the date of the program. And it has over 41,000 likes just saying the quote, like they like the quote. Indeed, within 24 hours of this post that you're looking at, there are a number of other posts noting, quite movingly I think, about how this phrase is actually very, very important to them and speaks to them. With the person you're looking at now being one of them, noting how this term really hit home for them to the extent that it made them cry. And while 2018 is, 7 years ago, sorry to remind you of that, this phrase and the images with it have come up time and time again on the Japanese internet and gone viral, such as in this person here, in October of 2023, getting 59,000 likes, so 10,000 more than the last one I showed you, just re-showing the image and stating that they agree with Yoshikawa and think he's saying something that makes a lot of sense and is really important to understand. So part of the reason that this picture is appearing everywhere and the phrase dekiru to dekinai no aida is also appearing everywhere is because people think this is a really, really good statement, one that's well phrased and really hits on something that's important to understand. But this is the internet, so it's also going viral because, fortunately, not because people are being really, really mean with it, but also because it's kind of funny when you take it out of context. Because for any single person on Earth, I think, there are times where, yeah, you can do something, but you don't want to because it will make you tired. Even like Mr. Heteronormative Neurotypical can feel that way. So this phrase and the image of Dr. Yoshikawa have become kind of meme templates. Like this person here is noting that in between rhythm games you can beat and rhythm games you can't beat, there are ones that you can beat, but it would exhaust you. Or people playing with the phrase, noting that what is really between can and can't is I can, but I just don't want to. Or, on a more positive inverted spin, what exists between can and can't is can't, but it's still fun, like trying to make sense of Japanese net slang. And there's even stranger ones, like this person who insists that between can and can't is dekiryai, which I don't know what that means, but I suppose it can exist in the liminal space between these two potentialities. And there's also people that kind of go beyond this, just making the thing that exists between can and can't not some variant of can or can't, but actually just like a joke. This one I really like, where somebody notes that what exists is an emoji version of this whole thing. Or in these three, which all went pretty viral, with one getting over 112,000 likes, the top one asserts that what exists between can and can't is a yogibo, which is a type of beanbag, which I guess, if that's in your way, can might become can't quite quickly as you relax. The second asserts that pill bugs exist between can and can't, which I don't understand, but over 3,000 people vibe with it. And the final one notes that between can and can't exists the state where you said you can, and you kind of regret doing so. And then also, to top all this off, this phrase has been used to caption pictures of people holding their hands like this, as poses of idols, etc. Doing this, accidentally, remind them of the initial pose. So, thankfully, this one's kind of wholesome. But it's one that I've actually been meaning to explain for a while because I've seen this image on the internet for a while. So I imagine some of you have too. So between can't understand why this image exists and can understand why this image exists, there exists a space where we're learning why this image exists. And we were in that space now, but we moved over to can. And as a result, I'm tired.